Hello, Tashidelic, dear friends. It's nice to see you again. So, my today's topic is on faith. In Tantrayana Buddhism, Guru means a supreme one, an expert spiritual teacher who can guide us in our path to liberation, and who is endowed with comprehensive knowledge, kindness, and power. Kindness refers to both the actualized experiential and literal knowledge in Sutra and Tantra teachings. Kindness signifies the sincere compassion and affection to all without discrimination, and that is not affiliated with self-benefits. And power denotes the intention and application to guide others without losing the essence of Buddha's teachings. So, Guru is a mediator between samsara and nirvana. Guru is also known as a noble spiritual friend in Buddhism. As Zapata Rinpoche said that we should be careful from falling under false teachers. To examine properly and avoid three kinds of guides: mad guides, blind guides, and arrogant guides. Blind guides are those teachers who have never strived to learn the vast, profound, and interpretable teachings of Buddha, and have never trained their mind under the guidance of authentic teacher. Blind guides are those teachers whose qualities and knowledge are not better than their own student. That kind of teacher cannot open their students' eyes because these teachers are blind by themselves. Arrogant guides are those teachers who are puffed with pride and have no ideas about the vastness of Buddha's teachings. It's like the story of two frogs, ocean frog and whale frog. Whale frog have never seen the ocean. And one day, whale frog gets heart attack by seeing the vastness of ocean. To keep faith in Guru means to trust Guru's guidance. Once we begin to understand the significance and meaning of teachings, naturally we will revere the instructor Guru. In general, there are two kinds of faith: fanatic faith and logic faith. Fanatic faith does not provide a space for our insight and intelligence, while the logic faith is ready to grow anytime. And the fanatic faith is single-minded and generalize everything, while the logic faith is open-minded and has a spacious ground of tolerance towards any kind of exposure. Faith is not our enemy. But the faith that does exist with ignorance is our biggest enemy. And I personally think that appropriate faith should be the faith that can dwell comfortably with analytical knowledge, intelligence knowledge, and wisdom knowledge. In Buddhism, there are three kinds of faith: admiration of acceptance faith, aspiration for longing faith, and ascertaining trust faith. So basically, faith is trust. Practitioner is supposed to have trust in two things: trust in oneself and trust in guide. To have trust in oneself means to trust our own willpower, to liberate ourselves, and commitment to help others. To have trust in guide means to trust Guru, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha's ability to guide us against any kinds of difficulties or afflictions. Now let's talk about this special bond. A special kind of bond is developed with our gurus once we begin to receive the instruction. That bond has the energy to communicate, to remind, to influence, to signify, to connect, and to encourage us. Let's make it simple and let's say when our country's flag is hoisted with national anthem songs, it tears our eyes and gives goosebumps. And that energy signifies our nation's pride and allegiance. And when we see a logo of some trending brand on our friend's bag or cloth, we would just go, wow. That logo creates an amazement energy only when we know about the popularity of that brand. Likewise, the connection with Guru is felt only when we know about the importance and meaning of teachings. The logos of big companies releases dominative energy, and national anthem song releases consolidating emotional energy of love for country. Likewise, the connection with Guru releases the energy of commitment to practice the compassion and altruism. Okay, now there are two methods to sustain faith in Guru: by perceiving the good qualities of Guru and by remembering the kindness of Guru. Okay, now let's elaborate on perceiving the good qualities of Guru. It refers to admire the good qualities of Guru which benefit us, such as Guru's knowledge, skillful guidance, kindness, accomplishments, and so on. For example, we admire our idols like sportsperson, singers, great thinkers, and supermodels for their looks, their achievements, their skill, their knowledge, from which we get something to learn and to enjoy. Every existence has two sides of positive and negative, and every action has two reactions of pros and cons. Likewise, every human has two qualities of good and bad. But we should focus on the quality that does more good and benefit us. So it depends on our own skill how to align those qualities of good and bad to make it work in a better way and which can be utilized at its best. Okay, now let's move to the second method to remember Guru's kindness. Means to feel grateful for Guru's guidance. Guru's role is to teach and guide us successfully to our consequence that we have targeted. And Guru's kindness can be estimated by observing Guru's role in our spiritual life. From here, I want to share a few words regarding my Guru's kindness. I am ordained Buddhist nun, and I was recognized as incarnation of Freda Bedi or Sister Palmo. After finishing my high school, I studied and completed Buddhist philosophy studies, and I joined isolation retreats. However, during those times, I faced lots of challenges because of our cultural norms. And I was fortunate enough to meet few supportive gurus. And one of them is my root guru, Tulku Sangak Rinpoche. And he practically showed me the equality in gender and equality between humanity and divinity in Buddhism, which is not tainted, influenced, and interpreted by any cultural context. And I also feel very proud to share that essence to others. Now, what is the feeling of gratitude in general? The feeling of gratitude is the feeling of appreciation towards others, events, things. We should have enough courage to feel good by appreciating others. Now, being grateful towards whom is the question? Is it towards ourselves, our karmas, or towards some religious gods, religious gurus or masters, or toward other people, or toward the happiness that surrounds us? Yes, we can feel grateful to anything, anyone, including ourselves. The feeling of gratitude is accompanied by joy, satisfaction, and love, not by intimidation, subjugation, and delusion. Now, how can we feel this gratitude? I will illustrate it in two ways. First, by giving value to the happiness that we have. And second, by giving value to the kindness we receive. Okay, now first, how can we give value to the happiness that we have? There are many small and big privileges, joyful events in our life, such as how could we find ourselves alive every morning? How can we see our significant other's face? How can we walk on our own? How can we smile, our touch with nature, and how our beloved dogs happily runs to greet us once it hears our footsteps, and how cozily we can stay at home, not in hospital beds. It is impossible to arise the feeling of gratitude unless we understand and acknowledge these beautiful events. To recognize these beautiful events, the only way is to take a moment and self reflect on our life's events. And the analytical meditation gives us the lens to focus on our life's events, for which we have overlooked by pursuing after man made happiness. Okay, now let's move to the second method, how to give value to the kindness that we receive. Without giving value to the kindness, we can't feel this gratitude. In our human history, we are pretty much used to this bargaining system of give and take. And we pay for everything we receive in the terms of education, kindness, exchange of goods, materials, employments, and so on. We think that by paying, we don't owe anything. For example, we purchase product, we pay for that, and we don't owe anything. But we should remember that there does exist a loveliest act of kindness and feeling of gratitude, even after the payment, and that is beyond the payment. For example, we go to universities, we go to religious institute. Of course, we do pay for that, but we should still feel grateful towards our teachers' guidance. We do pay for every grain that we consume in our household, but we should feel grateful for the sweats of the farmers. And we pay for everything we eat in restaurant, but we should still feel grateful for the hands of the cook. Feeling of gratitude does not degrade us, but it increases the bond of appreciation even towards the unknown people or beings and their contributions. The feeling of gratitude show us how many forgotten and unknown people or beings are associated with us without our knowledge. And we should not forget their involvement in our life. Okay, now in conclusion, the feeling of gratitude brings us together to appreciate and celebrate the value of presence of each other in our lifetime. Okay, now I will wrap it up here and see you next time with new topics. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.